This is half of the pile of wood that got to be stacked up, or got to be glued up. That's all 4 inches wide. That's got to be glued together 4 at a time to form the legs. The other half is in the shop. And these ones right here are already glued up. They're already into 4x4 pieces. Of course, they got to be turned. $842 or 3 or whatever board feet there. The last half of it there, but total to make the 250 legs. $61 there. If I count right, it's 10 in a row. I think I got 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 61 done. And this is what's joined up that has to be done. And there's 40 more inside. Good morning and welcome back to another episode of the old Southern Workshop. Been a while, isn't it? You're probably wondering why Crips that's Newfoundlandese mixed in with Ontario, and it means gee, I wonder how come I haven't been getting the tape lately. Well, too busy getting the camera out here, boy. Anyway, I got everything all ripped up, as you've seen in a couple of previous little short clips there. I sort them out best I can here to keep my good edges facing in the directions where they're going to be knocked off on the lathe, or the bad edges where they're going to be turned off on the lathe. Just got about, I guess it's about 6 inches, 6 or 6.5 inches at the top side that I got to worry about up in this area, this end right here, because then that's where they start, the turnings start here, right? So I just line them up and I just scratch an X on there, so I know that's my good end. And I try to line this end up as good as I can, keep them flush when I'm gluing them together. Because I don't touch that end anymore, then that's going to be up underneath the bottom of the table anyway, right? And these are 32 inches long now. And I run them through the radio arm saw and cross cut them off at 30 inches. and then my inch plus for the top would give me like 31, 31 and a half for my height. So all I'm concerned with, I don't have a knot like this up in this area. That's out, you know, because there's going to be nothing else done with this. It should run through the joiner and flats put on it for the finished flats. I'm going to take my old colored water here and roll her on. Knot or something on there, or a sliver or something. I can feel it. There it is. Line up the little ends. So I seen your permit there sitting up in the window, Pop, boy. I bet you're itchy. Well, probably by the time I finish this tape off and get it, you're probably going to be out there playing around, are you? Was that good that that truck ran into the house? Took that brick off? Weren't you going to take that brick away from there anyway? Or is that just out around the front of the house? Remember you saying something about you're going to take some brick away. Of course, with that being the case, you don't tell the insurance company that you're going to take it off anyway. You let them pay you for it, right? Then we can have some Chinese food when we come down or something. This glue, like I say, it's got the consistency of water. Colored water. That way when the boards go together, you're together. Like this way, where you see your seams, if you got a thick glue, the boards aren't together. There's space in between each board, obviously, where the glue is holding it off, eh? With this, that doesn't happen. I'm going to run over there now. I'm pretty sure this is not in the picture. Yeah, here we go. Now we got it. I don't know if we got me or not, but just clamp her up. I got the garage door open, but I got the shop door closed today. Got the heater turned back on. It went down to 45 or something last night. Just enough to take the dampness out of here. And I rotate these clamps every 20 minutes. Got her up to 72 in here now. I left it on last night. I knew it was going to be like this, so I turned the heater on last night. Before I went to bed, I bought all the wood in out of the shop, so all the wood is up to temperature. So it won't take long for this glue to set up. But what I do now, I go through this 4 times. I got enough clamps for 4. I go through this 4 times, and then I have 4 blanks sitting on the radio arm saw, and I'll buzz them off. I'm going to do 3 more, and then we'll come back and I'll do that. Just throw this one up here on the way over. Get the camera. Okay, now this is my good end that I lined up when I was putting it in the clamps. This is the end that's going to be up underneath the table. So like if these are off just a little bit, you're not going to see it. Rather than making a fresh cut and then a new cut, you know, I'm just leaving that one alone. Button her up against my stop block there, and now I'm going to cut them off at 30 inches. Now I'll take the edge that I marked my X on, the end I mark my X on, which is going to be my end up, which the flats are going to be left on, and the rest will be turned. I'll take them off on the joiner. And the camera just said to me, I wish you'd make up your mind where you want me to be. See, I do that to all 4 of them. Now I got my nice smooth flats all the way around. By doing the sides that aren't edged as well, I take out the clamp marks, right, where the clamps bit into the pine, okay? And I just take them and I stack them underneath my table down here. Do the other 3 down here. Keep. I had to double pass that one side, so I just checked it to make sure that it was still within a 1/16 of an inch of being in square. If not, you go crazy on the lathe, see? These are the ends that came off of the blanks, right? True them up. That's a inch and a quarter, inch and a half, you know, depending on I cut them off at exactly 32, what was left over on the 8-foot piece, you know, whatever. Anyway, inch and a quarter, inch and a half maximum. As you're going to see here, I'll put it over one of the supports. As you'll see, the grain is, or the boards are joined right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 seam, 2 seams, 3 seams. Okay? This is after half an hour now. Okay, now I know I'm not in there. I had to get down here like this, right? I'll lay it across this other one.